Kyoto, Japan. Landed here last night in Osaka and came to this hotel, about to check out and head out. But before I do, I want to talk about crypto and what's happening in the crypto space. So specifically with Ethereum, it's February 28, 2025. And typically around this time when it's a bull cycle, I mean, that's what we at least think it is and what it should be based off of historical data. Everybody's waiting for ETH to do something. You know, we've had a pump with Bitcoin, we've had a pump with a lot of meme coins, but we haven't necessarily had anything happen with Ethereum or the altcoins that are tied to ETH. And a lot of people have their money within ETH. Right now, you can basically see here that it's just been falling and falling. And there's a few things that I'm looking at here, which I'll go over in just a second, but let's look at the seasonal returns, right? So we can see here 2025, February for ETH, it's the 28th. So today the monthly candle is going to close. This is going to close like this. I mean, unless we have some kind of miracle occur. But since ETH was created, this is the lowest percentile returns that it's ever had in the last decade. Which, you know, if we were trading based off of data, if we were trading based off of, you know, what we can see, you know, it was kind of like, okay, cool. It's the probabilities are weighing in our favor because February during a bull cycle is typically a good month. February overall is a good month, as you can see here from the seasonality. But we have a negative 34% return for ETH, which is, again, never happened before in the month of February. So a lot of people are feeling fear within the markets. They're feeling like there is not going to be a bull run, and who knows, you know, maybe there isn't. But I think it's quite interesting if we look here. There's BR that steps in, this BR being BlackRock. Now all of a sudden, after BlackRock gets approved for their ETF, we have the lowest percentile returns ever. I don't know, like to me, this is probably pure manipulation. That's what I really think it is. So if we look at what I think is going to happen, I still think there's going to be a bull run. I don't think that an institution like BlackRock is going to invest as much as they did. I just don't see how it won't go higher. Again, I'm basing this off of data. So let's just look at the chart. We can see here we have equal lows that have been formed over the course of a year plus, right? You can see these equal lows, meaning there's liquidity that's sitting below this area. We can also see that there's equal highs that are sitting up here as well, meaning there's liquidity that's sitting up here. In my opinion, these need to be taken out. Now, before that happens, I think that we're going to dip down a little bit lower, create even more fear, especially for people that don't understand technicals, that are looking at, you know, chart work. They're just waiting. But essentially what this is going to do, I think, is just going to shake a lot of people out. I think it's going to get people very, very afraid to enter into the market as it goes lower and lower. And that's what's basically happening right now. And you have to think about that term. When people are greedy, be fearful. When people are fearful, be greedy. That's when you should be greedy. And right now, there's fear that's being produced, and I'm saying produced for a reason, in the market. And as more and more people start to have the sentiment of fear, of not wanting to be in the market, of giving up, there's probably not going to be a bull run, that's when you should go ahead and start putting your money in. Now, obviously, this isn't financial advice. I'm not saying to do that, but this is just my overall opinion on where I believe things are going to go. So if you're sitting there and you're wondering, crap, like, is it done? Personally, for me, I don't think it is. And I'm not trying to feed anybody hopium, because I know that's what a lot of these videos do. It just gives people a lot of hope. And maybe that's what a lot of the holders right now need. But again, at the same time, we have to look at this objectively. We could be wrong. That could happen. But again, for me, this tying up BlackRock having their ETF, then all of a sudden being the lowest return month in February ever in the last decade, and then having equal lows, also being tied up right here as the month is closing off, I think we're pretty much set up for a run up. So that's just my opinion, and hopefully you found it insightful.